Hi everyone, it's Jean. So I wanted to stop by today and show you some of my doilies and things that I have. I've been cleaning out and folding and reorganizing so there's more space. And this is just a portion of what my mom and I have collected over the years. But I wanted to show you a couple pieces because I had been looking for something that I could use that was a larger lace piece. Now, this doily was 4 squares, and I cut it with the idea that I will make a small little journal out of it by folding it in half here. So I will be doing that with these, so stay tuned. This is the piece that I was telling you I have been looking for some of this. It's just a lace dresser scarf. It has quite a bit of lace in it. It's kind of stiff, so I imagine it's man-made. But at any rate, it's a beautiful, almost tea stain, but kind of like peach color, a blush color. So I'm going to save this because I have some tags I want to do. And I found a couple new pieces that I didn't know we had. This is just an adorable piece with the blue in the middle. You usually don't find, or I don't anyway, colored pieces. A lot of times they're ecru or white or off-white. So this is a really neat set. There might be another one of these around somewhere. Sometimes, you know, when you are moving or whatever, things get put in the wrong place. This is really cute. Now, at first I thought this was a cannon. I don't have any idea why I thought that, but it's not. It's just a wheelbarrow of flowers, and it's a dresser scarf. It's not very long, and it's all done by hand. So back when they did this, I don't know if you can see on the wheel, the embroidery pattern was actually printed onto the fabric and you bought it like that, or it was or you could get it like a pattern and iron it on. So then you would have your base for your embroidery. So this is a nice one, and I love this because these can be embroidered on. You can use these in journals. It's not too big. And I love the color of this one. They're so pretty. This is just a really kind of skeleton-y one. It's very thin, but when you put it on top of another piece, I don't think I have anything dark in here at all. Give me a excuse me. My neighbor's cutting the grass. I apologize for that. But when you put it down, like for example, over this red, you can see how pretty it would look on a piece of plain fabric. Has some staining here and there, but that doesn't bother me usually. This is I'm imagining these were supposed to be tea towels or dish towels. They may have gotten used because they do have a few little stains on them here and there, but the embroidery on this one is pretty, purple and the pink. And I always like to look at the underside, and if it's nice and neat, they knew what they were doing, because my embroidery underside looks terrible. Now I found these, and we have a couple of these. They're really long dresser scarves, but they're sheer, and I thought they would be so pretty for some tags. I like to cut windows in my tags and then put the lace in the middle. So this one and that other peach one is going to be great for that. Now here are some little ones of that same design, and these, you know, you could fold it in half and you would have a cute little journal cover, or you could even do it this way and make yourself a flip up in a journal, or make a little notebook. That would be cute. So and then decorate the front, of course. So you can do all kinds of things with vintage doily pieces. This one's also kind of skeleton-y. It actually looks like the other one. So whoever made it must have had the same pattern, but this is a softer crochet cotton. This is, I just pulled this out of a box and I'm not sure. It is a dresser scarf, and this is the pattern that is on the edge. It feels like, well, it's definitely handmade, but it feels like it's very thin. So I haven't checked the whole thing yet to see if there were any holes or anything. Because usually if I find holes, then I don't keep the whole thing. I take the lace off and use the middle for something. But this one doesn't seem to have any holes, so I'm gonna fold that one back up. I mean, if you have something really nice that you want to make and you're okay with repurposing some of these, then by all means. I mean, for me and my mom, they're just going to sit in a box. So some of these things I'll definitely use. This, I think, is cheap. Something came from probably Dollar Tree or something. Here's a pretty one that would look good on a dark color. This is just some edging, and it's probably on a doily or something at one point, and got the, sometimes what happens, I can see there where it's ripped, but sometimes what happens is that centerpiece right here, like on this one's more of a shelf liner probably because it has a straight edge, but you can see how the linen in the middle will rot sometimes and you'll have holes. Also, depending on how you store these, they could be moth holes, or even mice may chew them, but this is very sheer. And it's because it's older. So what sometimes is done is, because the crocheted part is so nice, we keep the crocheted part and then throw out the middle. Now, I don't like to throw out the middle. I actually use this weaker fabric on things like tags and clusters and edgings and things like that. So I'm a kind of person that when I decide that I'm going to deconstruct something, I try to use as much of it as I can. This is just, I'm not sure, I think it was intended to be kind of like a dresser scarf, but I will tell you, it's thicker crochet cotton. So I was debating on whether I wanted to cut these apart as singles. I'm going to see how they iron up first and see if they flatten down some. I haven't taken the iron to any of this yet. So there's that one. Here is an adorable runner. And if I'm not calling these the right thing, please let me know. I have a tendency to misspeak sometimes. But this one's more of a, you know, it's larger and it has this basket here. Really pretty. The edging's coming off of it, however, and it's really cute edging. So I'm not sure if what I'm going to do with this piece. A lot of people on different places repurpose them into pillows or into other things, sachets, things like that. Now this, I can't really figure out what it's for unless it's to wrap a loaf of bread or pound cake or something, but it only has the design here, and then it almost looks like you would just fold it in and fold it in like this and fold it in, and then you would have like a little package. So I'm wondering if that's what it was for. Someone can comment if they know. Comment anything, as long as it's nice. Here's a pair of these, and I've talked to you before about these. They can be used, of course, on end tables for little doilies, but sometimes they were used for your armchairs so that the armchairs wouldn't get dirty. Here's these. I love these, but they're a little bit stained. So these were well loved in their day, and there's two alike. Here is this is just a single piece. Once it's ironed out, again, could make a really cute journal cover. And there you go, really nice journal cover. This one has a flap back here. Now it's similar to the other one. The edging's a little bit different. There's a tiny bit of rust or soiling going on there, but I think this one might be for a loaf of bread too, or something, biscuits or something that you needed to keep hot. Now this one's pretty. It's more of a filigree design, or you know, the lace on it or edging on it is really, really nice. Tatting, some sort of tatting, I believe. And then these are adorable. So this piece is in good condition, however, so if I were to use this, I would probably use it in a journal, because I wouldn't want to compromise the integrity of it. Now this one is pretty long too, but it only has edging on each side, and this is vintage edging for sure, but not as old as some of them. This one is really pretty. I hope you can see it. It has little like bumps here. They're not French knots, so I'm not sure what they are. But that is just a beautiful, beautiful dresser scarf. Okay, got that one folded up. My fan's blowing too, so we have a lot of air going in here. Here are two pieces that evidently were supposed to be I imagine, placemats. And this is hand done. And you can see it has the French knots. It has like where she would, she or he, I shouldn't say just she, would put the middle flower, do her stitching, and then cut it so it would look fuzzy. And she's got these little squirrely things going. And this looks like a strawberry. So those are really cute, but you can tell someone handmade them because the hemming is just basted. So there's two of them alike, and I don't know if I'm going to, since they may be strawberries, I might pass them off to my daughter, but I don't know. You all have probably seen this before because I have it in my fabric journal. So just needs ironed out. It's a pretty young lady with her big floral skirt. And then here's some more of those. Actually, this one's different. This one's just one piece. It has a big stain right here. And this one is also one piece. It's the same as that one. This one is some real pretty pink edging. And I'm not sure, but my mom may have done this one. I love this color. I don't know why we like pink, but we do. And I just heard a little quote or commentary from Audrey Hepburn that someone had interviewed her, and she started off by saying, "I like pink." And I think that's okay if you like pink. This one's just a square one. I can't determine what the design, maybe leaves or something. I really can't determine what the design is. A pot of leaves or something, maybe, I don't know. This one is also very thick, so I'm thinking this is my mom's too, just because Mom usually always left the string here, so this is probably hers, an edging for something. She used to crochet so much, but she I don't know why she doesn't do it now. I guess it's because there's her vision, maybe. This is a interesting doily, and it is, I'm showing you on the wrong side because it has little red centers in it. I've taken some of these off before and used them in a project, but really cool center pieces or focal pieces for your tags or your journal covers. What I have over here, these are more like this one. I have a couple of these. This is actually cross stitch, not embroidery. These were definitely used to cover a armchair. Here you have this one. I love the pink edging on that. And these are just little napkins, and they have embroidery and applique. So they applique on the tulip or rosebud, I'm not sure what it is, but it's only on one corner, and then it has the blanket stitch on the side. So these two are the same. They have some staining on them, so I might just use the good part. Here's another round one. I love this because of the orange. And, you know, I know how to do basic embroidery and cross stitch, but I still can't do a French knot. I don't know why. My mom showed me like 20 times. This is a little bit older piece, and it is showing some wear, but I love the black on it. You can tell it's all been hand stitched. Really cute. It would go nicely in a journal. It does have some staining on it, and what I do usually if I put this in a journal, I will do some type of, put something over this, and then it looks fine. Here is another piece of eyelet. It's not quite the same as the other one I showed you. This one is really pretty, and we have a couple of these. So I'm thinking about taking one of them apart, because I did see, this might not be the right one, I did see some yellowing on the edges. So I'll have to check that again and make sure I didn't choose the wrong one. Although if it does have a little brown on the edges and it's basically a white piece, you could throw it in some Clorox, and or we used to have Biz, pardon me, laundry detergent that they would say to put it in, because bleach is pretty harsh on whatever you're doing. These are probably newer, but they're just little appliques, and I have a couple of those, and I think they're all blue. Yeah. These are like table napkins. And here's some more of these little things for your armchair. They really need ironed. Oh, and here's another one of these. Looks like they ran out of the one color they used to put the blanket stitch on and changed it to orange, but it still looks nice. So that is what I found in cleaning out today. I know there's more. I just haven't had the chance to really go through everything. Oh, what was that? So that's what I wanted to share with you today, and I'm thinking about making some more of those flip ups, except for I want to make them larger so that I can actually have some things, I can be able to hang them and put some things in them for my craft room. So that's why I got out some of the dresser scarves also, because I wanted to see how long they were, and if they were too long to make a thing from, what you call it, too long to make one of those holders where you have all the pockets. Now this is a nice piece of fabric, and I think it's an old dish towel. I don't think there's two pieces here, but it needs ironed, and I love it because of its rusticness. It has sometimes little flecks of brown in it, and I've used this before, but I have a couple buttons that I want to sew and make a flower garden. So as you can see, I have lots of things planned but nothing done. So there's my doily and dresser scarf napkin stash, and as I get more, I'll be happy to show you. And if you have any questions or concerns, just like always, just leave me a comment. And thanks for stopping by. Have a great one.